Wait, hold on.
All right, hi everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for the very first Garage Talk with Tom. My name is Kate and I am the Corvette concierge here at Tom Henry Chevrolet. And of course I have Tom Henry here with me himself. So we are going to give a couple minutes here for everybody to go ahead and join in live. I know everyone usually needs a couple minutes here, but in the spirit of this first episode, this is a happy hour event, so we are going to go ahead and pour ourselves a drink and encourage you to join us in that endeavor. So I'm going to be drinking Meadowcross Rosé of Malbec. That's my personal favorite. And Tom, you're going to be drinking the Thomas Henry.
Of course, Thomas Henry
Cabernet. So go ahead, pour yourself a drink, relax. This is going to be a fun event, casual and laid back. And we invite you as well to ask questions in the comments as we're going through here. We have a few things that we want to talk about today, but post your comments and questions live here and we will do our best to answer those live as well. And if we see you after the fact and you're watching this playback, still feel free to post your questions in the comments and we'll either answer you in the comments or use your topic for a future episode of Garage Talk with Tom.
Yeah, we may do this again if people like it. So we could do a little bit of history and a little bit maybe in the Bakerstown Garage where we are. So you all know that I poured mine a little early, so sorry about that.
Well, we certainly were inspired by Meadowcroft to do this. We saw Meadowcroft Wineries was doing some virtual tastings all throughout the quarantine here, and so we thought we would jump on that bandwagon, enjoy some Meadowcroft ourselves, and do a little Corvette tasting today. So now that some people have joined in, we'll kind of get right into it. I know.
Bear with us. This is certainly subjective on my point, and I'm not a professional. I'm terrible behind the camera, so we'll just have to go with this. This is just for fun. If you have flaming comments, just keep them to yourselves and find another YouTube channel. I'm sorry. So it's subjective. I'm not a professional driver, although I have been trained a little bit and been at various tracks and done some amateur stuff. But kind of just running through a very short time that I had with the C8 and what I think, and we'll see where that goes. Very first, though, I know there's been a lot of questions on allocation and production and everything. Of course, this has been a moving target. This has been just a disaster to deal with for everyone, customers, us, and the factory. But I understand they started it this week at Bowling Green. I tried to get an update today to be live, but we couldn't. Really, we don't know yet exactly how fast line rate's running and what they're expecting, and we probably can't have anything for a couple of weeks, but I would expect that the line rate would be very slow, one shift, so that's going to keep the numbers down for a little while, and then hopefully we can ramp up and get there. So there is a chance they'll skip the summer downtime, which would give us 2 weeks extra production. I think we find that out next week. And the start of retail production for 21s is November 2nd. So in my mind, that's going to put 20 production out through October. And I don't know how long they shut down to switch to 21, but it wouldn't be long, as I can imagine. So that would give us a long shot at catching the 20 production that we need to do. So I know we've got a lot of customers in there waiting, they're allocated, and it's a struggle. It's been a wild year. So hopefully things get a little better, and we're watching every day trying to figure that out.
Yeah, I mean, that being said, I know that's been a really hot button question for a lot of our customers and customers across the country, but you've had a little bit of experience with the C8, and so I think, are you able to tell us, is it worth the wait?
Well, this mid-engine thing certainly captured my attention. Back when they first started talking about mid-engine Corvettes, I was a kid that was getting the magazines and reading. I just loved it. So I've been thrilled with this.
When did they start talking about the mid-engine originally?
When I was a young pup. experience driving necessarily. I never drove a mid-engine car, so the first ride in this car, you're trying to absorb everything. It's got a different feel to it, and it would be interesting once you get to throw it around a little bit, and maybe get on a track, not push it too hard, but get the feel between the front engine and that. And to me, the old front engines, you drifted the back end out, and you're not doing that. Of course, with all the nannies today, you don't really do that. They're faster that way anyhow. But so impressions of the car. I noticed really it seems very flat. So when you turn, it just seems to be planted and flat and rotates very well. It seems to really hook up. It's like you're connected on acceleration. And surprisingly, the braking period on this car is not done. It's got 50 miles on it. And the car's quick. I can't imagine it after braking. It runs great. You can almost, I know people will kill me for this, you can almost take the car the way it is and enjoy it. It's just a very solid, quick handling car. One thing I did notice, we were in sport mode and kind of forgot about it. We got on a back road and it was a little rough. And it was like, geez, it's a little rough. And then, oh yeah, switch to touring mode. This one does have magnetic ride, but switch to touring mode and it was better. So I don't think it was like subjective. I believe it was a better ride at that point. So
how many of those modes have you tried out? You mentioned touring and sport mode. Are those the only two modes that you've tried? Or?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, didn't throw it in the track or anything like that. Still kind of getting a feel for the car too. And speaking of which, I think you need to have a pretty good feel for the technology of the car and learn the car. If you're buying one, when you get it, learn the car beforehand, because you'll be driving and there's stuff there that you don't have the right display on or read. There's a lot to it. I didn't have my rear camera mirror on and you're fiddling around. I think you really want to learn the car, especially if you're not used to that type of stuff. I did notice backing up in this car, I turn around, you might as well forget turning around. You get sail panel and you get engine and small window, there's nothing to turning around. So the camera display, the rear camera is great. You need to pay attention to that. And they did set the mirrors out on the car and they're a little larger, so it does give you better visibility. So you're going to need rear view mirror if you're used to that, and rear camera. Then I switched also the rear view mirror on the camera. It's really, it just should be set that way and left that way. It gives you a wider view so that you don't have as much blind spots. So I think what they did is they get you the camera in the mirror and they set the side mirrors out a little bit to give you much better visibility, which you need because you are not going to look down that corridor and see that. So
those are definitely some good tips, because that's not something I would necessarily know looking at the car right off the bat. You look at the lines and styling of the car, it's not the practicality. I think we had a couple of comments here. Is sound okay? Do we need Rachel to bring the camera closer to us? If you're still having issues, give us a comment here. Let us know. Rachel can come closer with the camera. We can even bring you closer to the car as well.
Yeah, our first time with the setup, so technology, again, hopefully we figure this out.
So what else were some of those practical things that you noticed the first time that you drove the car? You mentioned the different modes being really important and the rear view camera being important. What were any other things that jump out?
Well, some of the things I noticed, that console is really high on the right side. So to me, it's maybe a little too much separation with the passenger. Had I designed that, I think I would have brought that down a little bit, but again, subjective. What I did like about it though was there's a mirror, or talking about mirrors, the fan speed switch is set right on there and it sticks up. So you can just take your hand and you feel where the fan is. You don't have to look away from the road. You can catch the fan and knock it up or down to get your settings. So, which I did after I knew that it was there. So it's like the first one going up, you hit it. So there are some things that are intuitive. I think that was a great touch instead of all flat buttons because you'd be hitting the wrong ones. So I like that.
Anything else interior of the car that really stood out to you?
Well, some of the differences is the squared off wheel, which there's been a lot of compliments and complaints and conjecture. But I like the flat top on it. I suppose the flat bottom gives you a little better room in there. So I think it makes sense, but it is different. And it's if you're used to the older stuff like I am, it's probably a little different to get used to. But it's,
Yeah. Well, that actually brings up an interesting point because I know a lot of the customers that we're working with are switching from C7s to C8s. So you've driven a C7, I drive a C7 myself. Have there been any really major differences that you've noticed between the C7 and C8? Obviously, we're going from a front engine to a mid-engine, so those are going to be two very, very different style vehicles. But are there any things that maybe aren't quite so obvious that you noticed between the two?
I don't know. I think it's really a feel. They both have a great look, and the C7 is a great car. It's the feel of the car, but they're related in looks. And I still enjoy the C7. So I don't know that I can pin that down really. I thought that to get an idea of what a car is, you're gonna think I'm nuts, but I washed this car. So when you wash the car, you kind of get a feel for the lines and the way it is. And to me, it kind of explains the car to you a little better, especially with an all-new style. So when I was looking at this going over it, I see little edges in here that direct air towards the side vents in the back, the little lip on the mirrors that throws air towards the back. Obviously on a mid-engine, airflow is critical, and to keep them cool, you've got to get the air moving through there. So I was kind of impressed with the little touches that they've done. When you look, maybe it's a surface that's styled, but maybe it's a surface that was to move air. One of the things I really noticed was the short hood is just kind of bizarre. Again, I never had a mid-engine, but I washed this car and it's like, oh, I got the front done, but you only got about 1/8 of the car done when you do that. So I really like that. What's different for me is you do not see any color of the car. The only place you catch the colors on the edge of the fenders. So there's not a lot to that. I'm used to seeing a little bit of hood. So to me, it was different. Pretty cool though. I like the front end visibility. So what you gain there, maybe you lose a little on the quarter, but very, very neat car. The side vents, chunky. It's just got a great look to it. The trouble with this is going to be when you stop, people come out. We stopped at the gas station, guys are coming out with their phone cameras. You stop anywhere and people are all over the car. So the first people that have these things are probably going to go nuts. If you go for gas, you better figure on an extra 15 minutes. So.
Sure. So overall, we like the mid-engine Corvette, it sounds like, and we're really excited for all of our customers to finally get their mid-engines. It's been a long road, but I think it's going to be worth it, and we're really excited to hear everyone else's thoughts.
One of the things I thought about, we had this up on the rack in the shop. The bottom's completely flat. It's all panels in there that are bolted in to keep that completely smooth underneath, which is really so much race car-like. I assume for aerodynamics and for air control to get the air to go through the engine to cool it, but it's probably the technicians won't be real wild about that. You have to take a panel off to get to anything, but in the old days that would have been good. You'd stop at oil leak, but which, by the way, coincidentally, I'm walking up behind the car. There's a couple spots under it, and I freaked out. That can't be. But it turns out it was the old Chevy truck that was parked here before the Corvette. I think the truck was marking its territory, I'm not sure.
And what year was that truck?
That was a 1970s, so
There you go.
to be expected. In today's cars, we don't get that. So.
Yeah. Well, did you have any final thoughts that you wanted to share with everyone?
I don't think. I'm hoping that if people like this kind of thing, we can talk. I was thinking next time a vertical tasting where we do the 64 Corvette and the 72 and the 78 and the 20 or something, and we talk about the differences, and we'll do a vertical tasting, if you will. But got some neat stuff too, some vintage things if you're into that, so we could have a little chat from Bakerstown Garage. If people like it, if it's a bust, that's fine too.
Yeah,
Sure,
maybe
we'll
next time we'll try it just outside the garage door. One thing we didn't think of is how much echo there is in a garage.
Well, I didn't tell you, but I opened the garage door to eliminate echo, and a bird flew in, so I thought, well, this isn't going to go well. So I closed it.
Well, thank you for sharing your thoughts and telling us a little bit more about the Corvette, the mid-engine versus front engine. So we really hope that you enjoyed this very first happy hour with us. If you have any questions during the playback, post them in the comments or ideas for future topics. We'd love to hear from you. So cheers to the first episode. We hope you enjoyed.
Thank you to the Henry Girls production. She supported this whole thing. So thank you.
All right. Thanks,
thank
guys.
You, cameraman.
We'll see you soon.